Bill Gates, born on October 28, 1955, in Seattle, Washington, is a name synonymous with the rise of personal computing. He was born to a prominent family. His father, William H. Gates Sr., was a successful lawyer, and his mother, Mary Gates, was a school teacher and a prominent businesswoman involved in various community organizations. From a young age, Gates exhibited an extraordinary aptitude for learning, particularly in mathematics and science. As a child, he was often found reading and solving complex problems, a trait that set him apart from his peers. Gates attended Harvard University in 1973, where he initially pursued studies in law. However, his passion for computing and technology soon overtook his academic interests. At Harvard, Gates met Paul Allen, a fellow computer enthusiast. Together, they shared a vision for the future of computing, which would ultimately lead to the founding of Microsoft. Gates dropped out of Harvard in 1975, a decision that would change the course of technology history. In the early 1970s, Bill Gates and Paul Allen saw an opportunity in the emerging field of personal computing. The two were inspired by the launch of the Altair 8800, an early personal computer, and they created software for it, eventually forming a company called Microsoft. Their first breakthrough came when they developed a version of the basic programming language for the Altair 8800. This success led to the formation of Microsoft, with Gates taking the role of CEO and Allen becoming the company's executive vice president. Microsoft's big break came in 1980 when IBM, the dominant force in the computing industry, decided to enter the personal computer market. IBM approached Microsoft to provide an operating system for their upcoming PC. Gates and Allen saw the opportunity to create a software platform that could run on a wide range of computers, not just IBM machines. The result was MS-DOS, a disk operating system that became the foundation of Microsoft's future success. By 1981, Microsoft's revenues had grown significantly, and the company was quickly establishing itself as a leader in the tech industry. In 1985, Microsoft launched its first version of Windows, a graphical operating system that would eventually become the most widely used operating system in the world. Although it initially faced skepticism and technical challenges, Windows grew in popularity, and by the early 1990s, it had become the dominant operating system in the personal computing market. This success was compounded by the release of Microsoft Office, a suite of productivity software that included programs like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, which became staples in businesses and homes around the globe. By the late 1990s, Bill Gates had become one of the wealthiest people in the world. Microsoft had grown into a global tech giant, and Gates was recognized not only as a business visionary but also as an influential leader in the tech industry. However, the company also faced significant challenges, including antitrust scrutiny from the U.S. government. In 1998, the U.S. Department of Justice filed a landmark lawsuit against Microsoft, accusing the company of anti-competitive practices. Gates and Microsoft ultimately settled the case, but the legal battles marked a turning point in the company's history. In the early 2000s, Gates began to transition away from the day-to-day operations of Microsoft. In 2000, he stepped down as CEO, and in 2006, he transitioned out of his full-time role at Microsoft to focus on philanthropy. His decision to leave Microsoft's management was motivated by his desire to dedicate more time to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, a charitable organization he co-founded with his then-wife, Melinda, in 2000. The foundation's mission was to improve global health, reduce poverty, and expand access to education and information technology. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has become one of the largest and most influential philanthropic organizations in the world. It has donated billions of dollars to causes ranging from combating infectious diseases like malaria and polio to improving education and supporting clean energy initiatives. Gates has used his wealth and influence to advocate for global health and development, focusing particularly on issues that disproportionately affect the poorest regions of the world. His work through the foundation has been widely recognized, and he has received numerous awards for his philanthropic efforts. Throughout his career, Bill Gates has remained a controversial figure. His business practices, particularly during Microsoft's rise to dominance, have been the subject of criticism, and his leadership style has been described as both brilliant and demanding. However, his impact on the tech industry is undeniable, and his success story has inspired millions of entrepreneurs around the world. Bill Gates' success is a testament to the power of innovation, vision, and perseverance. He revolutionized the way people interact with technology and built one of the most successful companies in the world. Despite stepping down from his role at Microsoft, Gates' influence continues to shape the tech industry and the world at large through his philanthropic efforts. Today, Gates remains one of the richest people in the world and continues to work on initiatives that aim to solve some of the world's most pressing problems. His journey from a young, ambitious programmer to one of the most influential figures in history is a true success story that will continue to inspire future generations. As Bill Gates moved further into his philanthropic work, his focus on global issues deepened. One of the core pillars of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has been improving healthcare in developing nations. Gates, using his wealth and influence, has pushed for advances in vaccines, sanitation, and disease eradication programs. One of the foundation's most significant efforts has been its focus on eradicating polio, a disease that once affected millions of people worldwide. The foundation has spent billions of dollars funding polio immunization campaigns, working closely with other organizations like the World Health Organization, WHO, and the United Nations to reduce the number of polio cases worldwide. Another critical focus of the foundation has been in global education. Gates has invested heavily in initiatives designed to improve the quality of education, particularly in the United States. He has funded efforts to reform the education system, focusing on providing teachers with better training and resources, improving school accountability, and increasing access to higher education. Gates has also supported programs aimed at closing the achievement gap for students in underserved communities. In addition to education and healthcare, Bill Gates has also been a leading advocate for climate change action. Through the foundation and other initiatives, he has funded research into clean energy technologies, recognizing the urgency of addressing global warming. His work on climate change has included backing efforts for renewable energy solutions and advocating for government policies to encourage sustainable practices in business and industry. Bill Gates has been an outspoken advocate for innovation as a key to solving some of the world's most pressing problems. He has often argued that technological advancements, especially in the fields of energy, healthcare, and education, can have a transformative effect on society. As part of his commitment to innovation, Gates has invested in various startups and research projects that have the potential to create groundbreaking solutions to global challenges. Though Gates is no longer involved in the day-to-day operations of Microsoft, he remains a key figure in the technology world. Microsoft has continued to evolve, focusing on cloud computing and artificial intelligence under the leadership of CEO Satya Nadella. Gates has praised the company's growth in recent years, particularly its work in the cloud space, which has positioned Microsoft as a leader in the tech industry. Beyond his philanthropic work, Gates has become a prominent author and thought leader. He has written several books, including The Road Ahead and How to Avoid a Climate Disaster. These books explore topics ranging from the future of technology to the pressing need for climate action. Through his writings and public speaking, Gates continues to shape conversations about the future of innovation and how society can leverage technology to improve global well-being. Despite his immense wealth, Bill Gates has consistently stated that he intends to give away the majority of his fortune before he dies. He has pledged to donate at least 95% of his wealth to charitable causes, a commitment that reflects his belief in the importance of using wealth to create positive social change. As of today, Gates has already donated tens of billions of dollars to various causes, and he continues to be one of the most significant philanthropists in history. Gates' personal life has also attracted significant attention. In 2021, after 27 years of marriage, Bill and Melinda Gates announced their divorce, which took many by surprise. However, the two have continued to collaborate on the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, ensuring that their philanthropic work remains focused on improving the lives of people around the world. Bill Gates' success story is not just about the wealth he accumulated through Microsoft, but the lasting impact he has had on the world through his philanthropic work. His journey from a young computer prodigy to one of the richest and most influential people in the world is a testament to his vision, determination, and relentless pursuit of innovation. Gates' efforts in addressing global health, education, and climate change continue to make him one of the most important figures in the world today. Through both his professional career and his charitable endeavors, Bill Gates has proven that success is not just measured by financial wealth, but by the ability to create lasting change. He remains a figure of immense influence, a pioneer of the tech industry, and a leader in the movement to address the world's most pressing problems. His story continues to inspire those who seek to make a difference and shows that with vision and action, it is possible to change the world for the better. As Bill Gates moved forward with his philanthropic mission, his approach to global challenges remains highly strategic and data-driven. His leadership in philanthropy is grounded in the belief that focused, evidence-based solutions can drive long-term impact. This philosophy has shaped the work of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which has spent billions funding initiatives across a wide array of sectors, from infectious disease research to agricultural development. One of the major milestones in the Foundation's work has been its involvement in global health initiatives. Gates, recognizing the disparities in healthcare access between wealthy and impoverished countries, has been at the forefront of efforts to tackle diseases that affect millions of people in developing nations. Malaria, tuberculosis, HIV, AIDS, and the aforementioned polio have been key areas of focus of the Foundation. Gates has directed large-scale investments in vaccine research, treatments, and preventive measures to combat these diseases. The Foundation has also spearheaded the development of innovative approaches to addressing maternal and child health, significantly reducing child mortality rates in many parts of the world. Another area where Gates has made a substantial impact is in the realm of agricultural development. Through the Foundation, Gates has worked to improve farming techniques and provide resources to smallholder farmers in sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia. His belief in the importance of sustainable agriculture is reflected in the Foundation's initiatives that focus on providing farmers with the tools they need to increase crop yields, combat climate change, and improve their livelihoods. These programs have been essential in helping communities achieve food security and better economic opportunities. In the realm of education, Gates has expanded his philanthropic efforts to focus on reforming education systems in the U.S. and globally. He has heavily invested in programs that use technology to improve education, particularly in low-income and rural areas. The Foundation has supported initiatives to provide digital learning tools and improve access to education for marginalized communities, especially girls in developing countries. Gates has also advocated for reforms to the education system to better prepare students for the demands of the 21st century, recognizing that education is a key lever in breaking the cycle of poverty. Beyond these broad areas, Bill Gates' work is also deeply intertwined with the fight against climate change. Gates has increasingly devoted his time and resources to environmental issues, focusing on the development of new technologies and sustainable practices. He has invested in ventures aimed at creating cleaner energy solutions, such as carbon capture technology and renewable energy innovations. His 2021 book, How to Avoid a Climate Disaster, offers a roadmap for achieving net zero carbon emissions and emphasizes the role of technology and innovation in solving the climate crisis. Through his investments in clean energy technologies and partnerships with governments and companies, Gates has played a pivotal role in accelerating the global push for sustainable energy solutions. He has been a vocal advocate for policies that incentivize the development and adoption of green technologies and push for investments in infrastructure that supports a low-carbon future. His work in the climate space has only intensified, as Gates remains convinced that mitigating climate change is one of the most critical challenges humanity faces. In addition to his large-scale philanthropic efforts, Gates is also a proponent of global collaboration to solve these pressing issues. He has worked with governments, businesses, and other foundations to leverage their resources and expertise in solving complex problems. By forming partnerships with organizations such as the World Bank, the United Nations, and other philanthropic entities, Gates has been able to maximize the impact of his foundation's work, ensuring that initiatives are sustainable and far-reaching. Despite his wealth and influence, Gates has often reflected on the privilege that his fortune provides, and his desire to use that privilege to do good. His commitment to giving away the vast majority of his wealth has led him to become an advocate for the Giving Pledge, a campaign he co-founded with Warren Buffett, encouraging billionaires to commit to donating at least half of their wealth to charitable causes during their lifetime. This initiative has gained traction globally and inspired a growing number of the world's wealthiest individuals to contribute to philanthropic endeavors. Through his life's work, Bill Gates has transcended his role as a technology mogul to become one of the world's leading philanthropists, a visionary in the fight against global inequality, disease, and climate change. While his success with Microsoft remains a cornerstone of his career, it is his contributions to the world through his charitable efforts that will likely be his lasting legacy. Gates' story is a testament to the power of using one's resources, influence, and intellect to create positive, lasting change in the world. As the world continues to face unprecedented challenges, be it from global health crises, poverty, or environmental destruction, Bill Gates' focus on solutions, his commitment to innovation, and his ability to bring people together for the common good offer a model for how individuals, governments, and organizations can work toward meaningful progress. With continued dedication to his mission, Bill Gates will undoubtedly remain a driving force in shaping a better, more equitable world for future generations. As Bill Gates continues to shape his legacy, he also remains deeply involved in important global conversations and policy issues. His voice and actions carry weight, particularly in areas such as public health, technology, and climate change. In recent years, Gates has also taken on a more prominent role in advocating for international cooperation in addressing global challenges, particularly in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. During the pandemic, Gates leveraged his position and resources to support global efforts in controlling the virus. Through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, he was part of a coalition of organizations that worked on producing and distributing vaccines to the most vulnerable populations around the world. Gates also spoke extensively about the importance of equitable vaccine distribution, emphasizing that the fight against COVID-19 would not be won unless all countries had access to vaccines, regardless of their wealth. His foundation worked to ensure that low- and middle-income countries had the resources they needed to fight the pandemic, partnering with organizations like the World Health Organization, WHO, and Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance. In parallel with his health-related work, Gates has continued to focus on global development goals, particularly in areas like food security, sanitation, and education. His belief in the power of innovation to solve some of the world's most persistent problems has remained a driving force in his philanthropic work. By funding agricultural projects that improve crop yields and investing in clean water and sanitation projects, Gates has made a lasting impact on the lives of millions of people. His efforts have been particularly evident in sub-Saharan Africa, where the foundation has invested in initiatives to help farmers improve agricultural productivity and cope with the effects of climate change. Additionally, Bill Gates has been a key advocate for the role of data and research in improving outcomes across sectors. His foundation often funds research that explores new ways to tackle global issues, whether it's researching new vaccines, creating new models for education, or testing new approaches to fight hunger. Gates has been a staunch supporter of evidence-based solutions to global challenges. Through his involvement with the foundation, he has shown that he is as committed to the pursuit of knowledge and research as he was in his early days as a technology entrepreneur. Bill Gates has also remained a key figure in discussions about the role of technology in society, particularly around the potential of artificial intelligence (AI). Gates has spoken about the benefits of AI, such as its potential to improve healthcare, education, and energy efficiency. However, he has also warned about the risks of AI if not properly managed. In his writings and speeches, he has called for careful regulation and governance of AI to ensure that it is used for the benefit of humanity. Gates has been particularly vocal about the importance of preparing society for the changes that AI will bring, including the need for reskilling and workforce development. As part of his ongoing focus on climate change, Gates has also played a significant role in promoting and investing in green technologies. In his book How to Avoid a Climate Disaster, Gates argues that while significant progress has been made in reducing emissions, the world is still far from achieving the necessary reductions to prevent catastrophic climate change. He has advocated for massive investment in technologies that can reduce emissions across various sectors, including transportation, manufacturing, and energy. One of the key pillars of his climate work is advancing innovation in clean energy, and Gates has continued to support efforts to develop alternative fuels and energy-efficient technologies. He is also a proponent of carbon pricing mechanisms that can help reduce emissions globally. Throughout his career, Gates has been a leader in embracing and promoting technological solutions to global challenges. His belief in the transformative power of technology to solve problems, from improving public health to mitigating climate change, has been a central tenet of his philanthropic and professional life. While he is no longer involved in the day-to-day operations of Microsoft, his vision for how technology can be used to improve lives continues to shape his work and the projects funded by his foundation. Despite his achievements, Gates has not been without his critics. Some have questioned his immense wealth and whether it should be distributed differently, arguing that such concentrated wealth can lead to inequalities in influence. Others have raised concerns about the potential conflicts of interest that can arise from a single individual organization wielding such significant global influence. Gates has addressed these concerns by reaffirming his commitment to giving away the majority of his fortune and by emphasizing transparency in the operations of his foundation. As Bill Gates looks toward the future, his influence remains vast, not only in the realms of technology and philanthropy, but also in shaping global policy and encouraging the world to take urgent action on issues like public health and climate change. His legacy is one of groundbreaking innovation in the tech industry, but perhaps even more profoundly, it is one of his tireless work to improve the human condition. Gates' success story, one that spans the evolution of personal computing, global health initiatives, and the fight against climate change, is far from over, and it will continue to inspire future generations of entrepreneurs, innovators, and philanthropists. Gates' ability to balance his business acumen with his passion for social change has made him one of the most influential figures in modern history. His work is a reminder that with great wealth comes great responsibility, and that those who have the means to effect change have an obligation to do so. Bill Gates has spent his life not just building a company or accumulating wealth, but leveraging his resources to tackle the world's most pressing issues. His legacy will undoubtedly continue to be a story of extraordinary impact and service to humanity, one that will echo across generations to come.